our stream up now, and good morning everybody. Good morning Bullishbrs community. Good morning YouTube, Twitter, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. We just had our, I believe this was non-farm payroll. We had our non-farm payroll and unemployment rate just came in. So non-farm payroll came in above. So it didn't meet its prior. Prior was 147. This time it's 139, but it's above the forecast of 130. It looks like our unemployment rate is at its forecasted. So not too big of an impact on there, but we do see that the markets are reacting positively to them. So let's take a look. Let's do our pre-market prep, guys. We're going to go through some levels. We're going to look at the ES, the NQ, gold, and oil. We could use tools like Edgeful and Bookmap to find price levels, confirmation, and areas that we want to enter, and some trade setups pre-market. So when the market's open, we get some volatility. We're not messing up. Tesla, oh man, Tesla above 300. I know, Tesla sold off like crazy. Because the, the girls are fighting, as they say, right? Alright, let's see. So let's start with our daily time frame. We're going to mark out a previous day high, previous day low. And I see that right away. First thing I notice is we've been trying to trade bullish for a few days, but each time bulls step in, we sort of go nowhere, right? We break previous day high, and we move about, what's that, probably 30 points, 40 points, 26 points to the next close. Next day we broke previous day high, closed green, but within that range. And then the following day, yesterday, Thursday, we broke previous day high, completely reversed and closed red. So today, right now, even though, yes, we had strong impacts from that news, I want to see if possibly we find some selling pressure, because I also see right up in this area, well, we have selling, 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 selling. So this is an area that I'd want to see the market possibly pull back from. So what I'll do is I'll come down to a lower time frame, maybe chop it down to a 30 or 15. What I'm looking for is a zone up here. Now the only area I see is obviously we have previous day high right here, and I do have a little bit of very small supply zone on the 15-minute right there. I believe there's a 30-minute there as well. We could see if there's a 45, 90 hourly. Reason I'm looking for these other time frames is because I'd much rather see a bit of a better candle. This is really only giving me about a 5-point zone, which is fine. I could use a 5-point zone, and we'll just line it up with Bookmap when the market opens. We'll see where ES is trading at. We'll see what's that, around 6,000. We'll see if there are any passive sellers at 6,000. Look at this, guys, a massive seller sitting here at 6,000. So once we trade into there, I am going to look for a rejection and a short position in that supply zone with this big passive seller. Alright, so let's see. So let's go to the 15-minute. And on the 15, we can look at our volume profile. And we'll look around. First, we'll plot it at 6 o'clock. That'll be our current volume profile. And the first thing I note with this, though, is it sort of looks like a bullish volume profile, where it's low volume to the downside and then higher volume to the upside. Now, we don't really have higher volume up here just yet. That's because, well, we just entered this price level, right? We haven't given the market the opportunity to have more volume in these areas. So what we could do is we could be patient and just sort of wait and see how this plays out by the time market opens. Market opens in an hour. If volume stays low up here, I will still look for the short position. Now what I also want to do is I want to drag this out to the previous day. Now let's drag its previous day's New York session open. And I do see that we do have some volume up here, which tells me that, hey, guess what? Maybe if this is the top of our range, this is our bottom of the range. Again, this would be our top of the range. We have volume up there. Let's pull it back to this peak right here. Low volume nodes, low volume nodes. Okay, I'm looking for a supply. I'm looking for a short position on ES up near 6,003. This would be my first trade setup. I'd put my stop loss at this recent pivot high above this purple zone. That's 6,475. So essentially, if I were to get a real good entry on this, could probably look at maybe a 3-point stop loss on the ES. So we'll see how this wants to set up. We'll see what trade we want to take, and we'll see if sellers do want to step in at that point. Let's take a quick look at the NASDAQ now. Start with our daily. Mark our previous day high, previous day low. NASDAQ giving a similar price action, except it seems to be a little bit stronger than ES, and I'm looking at the daily time frame now. And I say that because we had this, remember that third day on the ES we just showed? Hey, what's going on, Fritz? Good morning. That third day on ES barely closed above. Well, it didn't close above. It closed green, but it closed within this previous day's range. NASDAQ continued to break out of previous day's ranges. So I'd be careful. I'd watch NAS. Good morning. All right, let's take a look and see some lower time frames. See how we're trading. Something else to note, but not too strong of a sign at the moment, is that we did break previous day low, but the problem with that is we broke previous day low when we opened in the futures market. So it's not like we opened above it, then we broke it with some type of momentum or volume. We broke it because we opened below it. So it's hard to really mark this as we broke previous day low. Data came in a little bullish, nothing too extraordinary though. Obviously, markets have irrational reactions. There's no rationale to it. But non-farm payrolls came in above with 9K, right? So it was at 139,000 jobs versus the forecast 130K. Prior was 147. So again, manufacturing was down last month. Services is down last month. Total jobs is down there's non-farm payrolls down this last month. Again, they were forecasting it to be lower. But overall, in general, me personally, going through these markets, I'm seeing manufacturing, I'm seeing services, I'm seeing things that take up 80% of our economy and then some taking hits. And if I see that coming and I see that following through into next month, and somehow next month markets are still sort of holding this range, I'm going to be even more bearish because of that economic data. Now, if we're able to somehow sustain at some point, fantastic. But at the moment, here's PMI manufacturing. This came in below 50 for the first time this year. We had services. Services is what takes up 80% of our economy. The same thing. Came below 50%. I'm not too sure if it was the first time this year. I do have to backlog that. But it was below 50. So was manufacturing. Jolts. And again, something too to think about is when jolts and jobs are starting to pile on, that means people are making more money, right? Because they have to sort of compete, of course. And when people make more money, they spend more. What happens when people are spending more? Inflation goes up. So it's sort of a very tough spot right now, right? We need to see prices come down with some type of interest rate decrease or something to do with the Fed, taxes, IRS, whatever a bill. Sure, possibly tariffs, but the issue with tariffs is tariffs are just going to bring prices higher, causing people to get more jobs. And again, that's not really combating inflation. That's sort of prolonging it in a sense. But if the tariffs are able to come and replace some form of taxes, right? Like he spoke about people making less than 150K a year, not paying any taxes at all, blah blah blah. If that was the case, obviously we'd need something strong supporting that, like a tariff situation or something. And with the big tax cut like that, people won't have to look for more jobs and such, which again will bring jobs down. And when we bring jobs down, we bring prices down, and that's when things will start to spiral in the right direction. But right now, we're just in mess city, so it's a very difficult market to buy and hold in right now. Unless you're buying and holding individual stock, in my opinion. But at this point, with a lot of our stocks, and we'll pull up some equities, we'll just pull it up right here. Things like Apple, Microsoft, these things, we had buying opportunities back here. And Apple wasn't even giving us, I mean, it still technically isn't in the worst buying opportunity on Apple. It's only about 14-15% from those lows here, and about 30% to the high. So that's a 1 to 2 R, right? That's a good risk to reward right there if you were looking for maybe a buy and hold. And Apple, of course, being the company that it is, has, like most stocks, only gone up. So with that being said, it's something we want to keep an eye on if you are a long-term investor. It's not at a bad spot. Let's see what else we got. Google. Google is same situation, right? Where we're about 21% away from all-time highs, but about 17% away from those lows we created. Now I'm referring to the lows that were created early April. This is when Trump announced that whole tariff deal, Liberation Day, the whole nine. When he announced that, he announced the following day the tariff relief on all countries but China, and that's what gave us that huge spark in the market that launched us higher. Since then, markets have reversed and we have been bullish, but since this point over here, this is when yields started to come in. I'll show you guys my ES markup chart, right? So we had our tariff worry, tariff deal number 1, China tariff deal right here for a 90-day stay as well. And I told you guys, as long as we held above this red zone, this 56.72, 57.73, this is our new support area. We came back, yields hit 5%. That gave us a strong pullback in the market. We came back, we held the support zone. We started moving higher, been bullish since. Now we're sort of squeezing at the moment. So I would like to see if we can continue this trend back higher with the uncertainty. You know what it is? It's not even so much uncertainty in the market anymore. With the manufacturing, services, all this economic data coming back consistently poor, that's a huge red flag in itself, which can cause a lot of fear, which, as we know, fear can lead to a bull market because a lot of people are scared to buy at that point, right? So, again, something to consider, but as day traders, what we look for is intraday price levels and day trades. Again, right, we're not too worried about the long term, we're more worried about, hey, are we range bound between 59.59 and 6,000? Great, let me look for a short around 6,000 and target 59.70 or whatever the case may be. So we're going to be looking for possibly a short-term short, or we're going to look to see if we could break above this purple area, break that previous day high, and then I'll look for a long position. Probably, let's see, I'll use this area for longs. And we'll probably look to target that next supply zone, right? Because we'll be looking for us to be creating higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so this is what we're looking for on ES today. Get ahead and alert there so we don't miss anything. And that's what? That's ES. We went over ES. Would I start NASDAQ and just forget it? See if I get NQ up in here. Good morning, everybody. YouTube, make sure you're hitting that like button. Like and subscribe. Go live Mondays and Fridays on YouTube. Go live a little extra on YouTube sometimes, but live Monday through Friday for community here at Bullishbrs. Just give my trading views, just having a little trouble over here. So we'll use this chart for now. Alright, so NAS broke some supply zones. However, we did use them as resistance here, 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 here. We broke it, but then we used it again as resistance here. So I'm going to be careful with the zone on NASDAQ. Let's see. Same with this demand zone, probably just delete it. 15-minute, 30-minute. Again, just browsing through some time frames, looking to see if I have any supply or demand zones I could use. Because if we have a new supply zone up here, I'll delete these and put the new one there. If we don't, there might be a good chance that we want to stay bullish today. This purple zone on NASDAQ right here, if we're able to remain above it, I will look for bulls. Because that would make this as a supply zone right now. If we're able to break above it with some strength, I might look for a retest long. So we're going to just label this real quick. Good print for equities. Let's see. Look for bulls. But now also, don't forget, guys, I was just bearish on ES too. Yo, I might have to turn off my trading view for a second. Let's see if I can get it to load right. I don't know why it's bugging out. Let's see. Guys, give me half a second. I just gotta turn off and just plug it in and unplug and plug it back in. Oh, is ES pushing? No way. Now ES is going to push towards that level. Hold up. Put ES here. ES is going to push towards that level while, oh no, no, we still have like 5 points. Let's see how fast I could restart TradingView. Should be pretty quick. TradingView is a quick app. I'm hoping we don't hit that 6,000 level till market opens. I'd much prefer we wait till market opens so we get some real volume and I'm able to hold this trade. If I get in this trade before market opens, I'm not going to want to hold it into market open. Just that simple. Sometimes I will. I'll maybe trim the contracts and hold one contract, but I'm not a fan of holding into market open. Alright, I got my TradingView back up. Looks like we're in business again. Dude, my stomach, man, I'm worried, dude. I think I go to the doctor or something, because it is still messed up. I think it'll pass. I'm gonna just keep telling myself it'll pass. Alright, let's see. Looking for ESNQ. Not in our zone yet. Let's take a look at gold. I do want to see where gold is trading at. Gold's been giving us some good trades lately. Delete this zone, is no longer relevant. Start with our daily here on gold. Ooh, gold's been very range bound. So we'll mark out our open price. Is that our open? Yeah. Mark out previous day high, previous day low. Something I might look for, something I recognize here on gold, is check out the pattern we have, guys. We have previous day high broken, we closed red. This one was an inside day, we closed green. This one took out previous day high, we closed red. This one I want to see if maybe we take out previous day low and flip back and close green. Yo, good morning, simple and easy. What's up? So I'm looking for gold. Let's see if we have any demand zones down there on gold. And what we'll also do is we'll look at that volume profile too in a few time frames. Alright, perfect. Here we have some new supply zones. Gold's giving us much cleaner looking price action in this range right here. So here's supply. Delete this. S1 hour. Good morning, everybody. We're going to be looking at some gold now. We just went over the ES. We'll go back on the ES soon as see some new people jumping on in here. Good morning. But we'll go through some gold, find some price levels, find some zones. Oh, you know what? This is a 2 hour. Thought I was on the 1 hour. Oh, S2 hour. Let's see. There we go. Alright, 1 hour. And I was looking for a demand zone here on the 1 hour. I really haven't seen much. I guess, you know, what I would be looking for, guys, this 15-minute supply zone right here. This was a supply zone that I was waiting for us to reclaim as support. And now it's right below our previous day low. This is an area I want to look for longs on gold. I'm going to add my alert there. I'm going to put my long position tool there too to remind me in case I, by any chance forget. Let's say we're looking at ES and I get an alert on gold and I want to know what's going on. Could hop over real quick and see what's up. Now I could throw my volume profile up on here too. I'm going to take our anchored volume profile tool. We could throw it from, let's see. We'll throw it from this pivot, this most recent pivot before we made our last higher high. This is our lower high. And I see that we're sort of range bound, right? We do have low volume in this area. That's where I want to find a support. And I see lower volume in the supply zone up here too. So if by chance we are able to find some long positions on gold here, this might be a pretty nice hold trade. And it could go in our favor. So obviously go in our favor. We're either going up or we're going down. No, I'm just kidding. But I would like to see this gold trade play out. We have low volume node down here. We don't really have any demand zones at this point, but again, this was a broken supply zone, and we have historically now seen this area work as support, then resistance, we've broken it. It tried to work as support once. Now we also have something to add to this, is we have sell side liquidity down here, right? This is where we might have some people hitting that sell button if we break out to the downside, or stopping out of their long positions if we break that recent pivot. So because we have sell side liquidity, it would be a liquidity sweep into a breaker block or level of support take that long position, target the next pivot higher, or even again that supply zone if this wants to hold. I'd probably look for that next pivot, play it safe. Still gives us a great risk to reward. Alright, let's see. This is the 15-minute from yesterday. And this is from yesterday from when I think New York session open. No, I put this weird spot. 8:30. Alright, we'll put it at the top of our push lower. Perfect. Look at that, guys. So we put that at the top of our move. So guys, another good way to use the volume profile, instead of having to put it at an exact area or an exact time, is put it at the start of a trend, the top or the low, depending on if it's a bull or bear move. So this would be the high of our bear move here. So now I see that the volume from the top of the sell-off to now, we have our low volume node right at the top of the supply zone. So if gold wants to continue higher, instead of pushing lower to my long entry, and we want to push somewhere up here, I'm going to look for a short entry. I'm going to use that low volume node. I'm going to look for a short entry and target maybe VWAP or whatever price level is closest. So we'll add some alerts here on gold. And now we have some alerts to the downside and upside, looking for shorts and longs. What's going on, man? Yeah, you're simple. You're simple. I'm new to this. That's cool. Somebody on YouTube, guys, saying that they are new to trading. That's awesome. Welcome. Bullishbrs is a great place to get started. We have live streams every day. We have live education. We have people that answer Q&A and stuff. Kind of confused on what's going on. Yeah, you definitely have to. This is a little more advanced. Not crazy advanced once you know the basics. This is just some supply and demand, support and resistance, price levels, but I understand how sort of the lingo and some of that might be a little complicated or overwhelming, especially as a new trader, as everybody here has been at one point a new trader. I do have a lot of videos on those topics. If you look up, if you're on the Bullishbrs YouTube, I have a trading terms and lingos video. That one's about a year or two old. Sort of mentions supply, demand, support, and resistance. Yeah, this is more advanced trading, yeah. I know, we're so advanced in here, guys. But no, it's good to be a little advanced. Don't want to keep it too simple, like those orb sellers. I mean traders. Let's run into oil for a second. Let's see what's going on with oil. As much as I don't like oil lately. Look how it respected the supply zone. So let's start with our daily. Oh man, oil's pushing up into this area, guys. I've been waiting for this. I need oil to break it. I'm excited, guys. I need oil above the 65 level. So badly. Like, and to close above it, please. Previous day high. We'll mark that out. Previous day low. I will look for a break of that previous day high today on crude oil. I'm going to add an alert right on the drawing. Message is going to say previous day high broken. I'm going to put a little bull. Little ox. Now I'll get an alert on my phone that says, hey, crude oil's going bananas. I'm going to go, let's go. And we're going to see if we can cash out on some oil longs if it can hold or if it pulls back. Let's see, 3 hour, 2 hour. Looking for, now, even though I would like to find a demand zone down here, I wouldn't really look for a demand zone down here because I'm not looking for a retracement to a new demand zone right away. So instead, I'd look for a supply zone up here and look for us to break and then retrace into that supply zone. I signed up on Tradeovate. Cool, I saw you live recently and thought you were doing great. Hey, thank you, I appreciate that. Tradeovate's a good place to start. I would definitely recommend, though, for new traders, don't fund your own account just yet. Maybe look into something like a prop firm like Apex Trader Funding. They're a very simple prop firm, easy to get started with. What they do is Tradeovate's okay. It's one of the cheaper brokers to get started with, so you don't need as much capital, leverage-wise, money-wise, of your own capital-wise, to trade futures. Like some of them, like Schwab is like, what, you do need that 25 grand or 12 grand at least, something crazy high. But Tradeovate's okay. I know I have some traders in here. Somebody I'm mentoring does really great. It blows my mind how fluent he is with Tradeovate. I call it fluent because when we speak trading, when we're in this market, in this type of industry, it really is almost like another language. Now, back to Apex. This is a prop firm. You get started right now, they're 71% off. Discount code Bullishbrs. So it brings these accounts pretty cheap. Guys, just so you know, they got rid of the 75k accounts. They only have the 25, 50, and 100k now. I guess nobody was buying the 75k. But look, they offered a Tradeovate plan. So what you'll do is you'll buy, let's say, a 25k account. And that gives you a profit goal of 1,500 and a trail stop of 1,500. So you'd maybe risk per trade max $100 a trade, maybe $150 a trade. Because what that does is it gives you the ability to have 3-4 wrong trades and not completely blow the account and feel like you need to FOMO the rest. It gives you the ability to take things a little slow. This $147, 71% off. What's that bring it down to? Like, probably like 30-40 bucks or something like that. So good place to start. They give you a Tradeovate credential login. You're able to trade with their 25k evaluation account. If you get funded, you pay the lifetime fee or monthly fee for it, and you get a funded account. From there, you're able to take payouts from it. But if you're on an evaluation account and you blow it, or you're on a funded account and you blow it, instead of losing 1,500 of your own capital or 1,500 of their capital, and they're mad at you and they tell you can't trade anymore with them, they do not care. It is okay. It is no problem. They let you reset it, reset back to an eval, pass it again, get funded again. Alright, let's see. Oil. Check this out. Something I like with oil here is these lower highs. We've been taking them out and reversing back bearish. Took this one out, reversed back bearish. Previous day high right here, looking for a short position off that previous day high in the supply zone on oil. Because remember, I wanted us to break above this supply, this big green area. It's green, yes, but it's a supply zone. It's green because it was originally a demand zone, and I want to remember that's what this area was. With all that being said, going to look for a possible short position on oil up here. We'll use Bookmap for confirmation on our entry with order flow. Tighten up the stop loss, and we'll look good. Short Tesla again. Yeah, Tesla, man. It's just at the open, just look for that short on Tesla, and you're good today. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll see. Maybe. Who knows? Now, you know what's going to happen, guys? At like 9:29, a minute before market opens, certain two people are going to tweet something. And they're going to be like, oh, I love you, I'm so sorry. And I'm going to be like, I love you too. And they're going to kiss and make up and everything's going to be okay. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever happens, guys, it unfortunately does affect the markets. In a sense, to a point. It affects Tesla, obviously, because Elon Musk is the CEO of Tesla. But, sorry, Simple, I'll get to your question in a second. But it also has a big effect on the markets because, yeah, if they're having issues, not if they're having issues, like they're an actual couple. We're talking about the president here and somebody that was hired to help work and find extra money to save and stuff of that nature. So it wasn't like he was going to stay in the White House forever. But, regardless... So what you're saying is I get to Simple. Yeah, you get to trade with their capital. Basically, they do payouts, right? Now they cap your payouts to on the 25k account it's only 1,500 for the first 5 payouts. After that, you could withdraw your full profits. Payouts happen when you get a funded account. You trade 8 trading days with them. You can take a payout. You also could trade up to 20 copy accounts with them too. But you gotta remember too, if you're new to this, the goal isn't so much, oh, how much can I make with them? The goal is to find a strategy and a system that you could implement every day and see consistent returns. You don't want to worry about how much can I make right now. Right now, you can't make, I hate to break this, you can't make any money right now because you don't have a strategy that works. You don't know what's going on in the market, in the economy, in the charts. Without knowing these tools and these things, very hard to succeed in the market. Do you do one-on-ones? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hit me up. Let me know. Message me on my website, tradingpioneers.net. I got you, bud.
My first trading strategy was casting lots. I would throw the bones and it would tell me whether I would buy or sell. And, you know, I didn't do so great, but I made some great bone furniture afterwards.
That's funny. Come to the website, hit Let's Chat, send a message, drop your email, and we'll have a little back and forth. We'll figure out, we'll get you started. Alright, so back to NASDAQ, back to ES, guys. Look at ES trying to move its way to that 6,000 level. Really slowly making its way there. It is 9 o'clock now. Market's open in a half an hour. Alright, let's see. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good today. I'm really looking for that 6,000 on ES, guys. So we're going to be patient. That's about 6 points away right now. Not too far. But I was really looking for the market to open below the supply zone so we could push into it when market's open and look for some resistance up there. Now, there's a couple ways I could look to trade this zone, too. So I'm looking at it from a sort of 30-minute or 15-minute perspective, right? And I see we had our basing area up here. This is where we had our highs yesterday, New York session, and sold off. So I'd look for equal highs, or some people call it a double high, around this area. So if we could find the supply zone, we find sellers in this area again, I'd put my stop loss at this high right here. Now, if we are able to break this high, another way I might look for this trade is to see if we want to break that high and then reverse after breaking it, right? Find some selling pressure maybe at the 60.05. Now, this is 60.09, and I don't really have much above that, so I might really be looking for a break above it, break that previous day high, and then reclaim this 60.05 area. And we'll take longs off that. But for now, while we're trading below it and we haven't broken it, I will be looking for shorts over there. Yeah, it's so simple and easy. You could find me and us at Bullishbrs.com. So if you look up Bullishbrs, this is us. You could join here. We got a pretty good discount going now on the one-time lifetime. This gives you access to my Futures Masterclass too. But if you want direct access to me, quick question or something is Trading Pioneers. Like TP, Take Profit, Trading Pioneers, TP Coaching. You hit that little button. The website will pop up a chat button. Click Let's Chat. I'm pretty sure Let's Chat's also available on mobile too, which is pretty cool. You want to book something, book your session. Book a free 15-minute consultation too if you guys are interested. Just sort of go over some basics. Lots of good stuff, guys. I'm excited today. I really want to see a good sell off of that supply zone on ES. Close out this Friday on a nice win streak, guys. Been killing it this week. Got to keep that going. Get you guys some payouts, get you guys some past evals. I know Ozzy, man. Ozzy killing it. So proud of you, dude. Killer. If you got a screenshot of your certificate, let me know or send it in the chat or something. Ozzy, man, I don't know if you don't mind me saying, but he's killer, dude. He did my 2-month mentorship with me. Went from not knowing how to know to he just passed his first eval. Super proud. Just one step at a time, right? One step at a time. If you get to that eval phase, that's great. If you blow that eval, do not get worried. Do not get discouraged. Because guess what? Congratulate yourself. You got to that funded phase. That's what so many traders can't even do by themselves, realistically. I say realistically because any trader could buy 2 accounts and full port one long, one short, and get funded on one of them. Apex will flag that at some point, so don't make that a habit. Maybe don't even do that at all. But to realistically pass an evaluation account with your set rules, with your strategy, with your setups, that is something to be proud of. Huge steps. Great job. No, you got it, guys. Absolutely. Let's see. It is 9:04. We are currently waiting for markets to open. We have some setups ready for gold, some setups ready for ES and NQ. We could check. Let's see. The one thing I will mention about the volume profile we see here is it's a P shape. And what the P shape usually shows is bullish momentum. And it's considered a P shape because it looks like a P. Unfortunately, volume profiles used to be mainly on the left-hand side. That's what made it look like a P, because it would have the low volume down here, then higher volume up here. Now it's at backwards, so it's like a backwards P, but you guys still see it. We have low volume, high volume. So that's what we that's sort of a bullish sentiment. So again, looking for us to break and continue, or looking for us to hold this as resistance and push lower to the bottom of that range. Hey, there we go, there we go. Oh, yeah, homie's got it printed and everything. I love it, man. Yes, sir. Whoa, what was that? As my desk falls apart. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, killer, man. Killer. Proud of you, dude. Gotta hang that up, man. Gotta hang. First of many. So you'll be taking screenshots and printouts of the payout certificates.
Yeah, congrats, Oz. Good deal.
Hell yeah. Alright guys, it is 9:06. We're still waiting on markets to open. We can check our economic calendar, see if we can expect anything going forward today. We have Fed Bowman speech at 10 o'clock. We'll keep an eye on it. Guys, what we'll do is we'll keep an eye on the volume here on Bookmap. As you guys know, when we get some type of strong speech or some type of strong economic impact, the Bookmap goes black. They pull a lot of their orders. There are not that many orders left on the book. Now, what I would look for is I look to see if they pull those orders again. If they pull those orders again, that means they're expecting volatility. I don't want to be in a trade for that. None of us want to be in a trade for that, because when they pull those orders, they're expecting uncertainty volatility. That's when they don't even know the direction of it. So they take everything away and they wait for it to give us some type of reaction.
It's a good teaching moment, too. When you have a big move, you usually follow with consolidation, or it slows down dramatically.
Yep.
And that's because a lot of their money, a lot of their daily budget was spent in the move. And in my opinion, that's my thinking on the matter anyway. And so very often you see these big moves, and you know you're going to go into chop immediately following that. So the right answer in that case is, unless you see an A+ setup, you sit on your hands and wait for them to re-engage the market.
Yep. Yes, sir. Good thought, good thought, good thought. Thank you, Marzetti. Alright, let's see. Weighted index is opening within its range. Let's take a look at our equities now, guys. See what's up with them. Alright, Meta. Let's see. Looks like it's above its previous day high. Meta above its previous day high. Meta's been pretty bullish lately. I'm not gonna lie, I've been seeing a lot more strength in Meta than anything else. And look at that. It has been stronger than most other of the equities. Oh my god, Tesla. 360s to the 260s is crazy in like less than 2 weeks. Wow. They're going to have to make up. Musk isn't going to have a choice, and Trump's going to love Twitter too much, so they're going to have to make up. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. Alright, let's see. So, Meta, already above its previous day high. We were looking for what's above previous day high, what's not. Meta's above its previous day high. Microsoft above previous day high. That's already two of the strongest names. Apple within its previous day's range. Tesla within its previous day's range. Nvidia within its previous day's range. Premarket has a little momentum. Same with Amazon. Previous day's range, but premarket has a little momentum trying to make its way to that previous day high. So very cool stuff there. Let's see. Trump account on Twitter suspended. Was it? See, I saw a tweet about. I saw an Instagram post actually about his Twitter account being suspended. But when I looked at it, it didn't look like it was suspended. Let's see. Donald Trump, right? I would assume it's real Donald Trump. Yeah. Now, see, I see his account there. Unless you mean like maybe it's suspended, he can't post. I'm not too sure. I'm not a big Twitter guy. It might be because he can't post, because I don't see any posts from him for 3 days. Gold stocks outperforming. Oh, it's back? Alright. I thought he blocked me. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. See some new faces in here. Just want to say hello and welcome. You guys got any questions, please always feel free to reach out. Let me know. Shoot me a direct message here on Discord if you're in Discord. But don't fall for any fake Kevin accounts. They do look very realistic. They will say, hey, I'm a mentor. I do this, I do that. I just need you to create a broker account. That's the scam when they say, I need you to create a broker account. So make sure you do not fall for that. I post pretty frequently. How new members keep an eye out for fake accounts, yada yada yada. In fact, I will post it right now one more time. Just to keep an eye. Keep an eye. We don't want to fall for any scams. God forbid those scammers actually learn how to trade with us. They do great. They seem very creative. When Tesla dumped, PLTR dumped. Oh, okay, that's interesting. It's interesting. I don't see how they could have a pull on each other, but we could take a look at PLTR. How are we looking on the daily? I see that. Past 2 days at least, they've both been dumping. Good volume coming off Palantir. Now, Palantir, though, is coming off of a new all-time high. So I do think this could just be a coincidence in a sense, because they really don't, there's no, Palantir's more AI-based, Tesla's Tesla. I do think it's just it grabbing liquidity at this point. Here, let me show you. So, here, let's see. First off, you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. But what I would maybe look for is I'd look for that entry again at this point. But, so what happened, we'll delete this for a sec. So we took out, this was our new all-time high. We took out that all-time high, broke it 2 days in a row, failed to close above it. And with that being said, what happened up here at these all-time highs? Well, we created a lot of strong volume on this first run to it. Then once we broke it, that volume could not follow through. And once we see volume fail to follow through, no matter if we're on the daily, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, we're on Palantir, we're on ES, we're on gold, volume is not following through with the price action and the momentum, there is a good chance it's going to fail. What happens here, guys, the volume couldn't follow through, Palantir couldn't close above, 2 red flags, we fail, and volume picks up to the downside. Now at this point, we just took out some sell-side liquidity, and now look at where we're opening. We're opening about $4 above where we closed yesterday. It's a 3% move. People who tried to short this end of day yesterday, they're now going to be underwater as soon as market opens. I like this area right here for Palantir for possible long entries. Mark this green. I guess not this area where we're at right now because we're opening at 123. But if we could retest into like 120 area, stop loss around 115 for against some buy and hold maybe if Palantir wants to remain bullish. It has been creating higher highs. It has been creating higher lows. Again, do your own analysis. Don't risk more than you're willing to lose and all that fun stuff. And now let's get our Microsoft back up there. Put our equities back in the corner. VIX is moving lower, but VIX is moving towards a key level, while ES is moving... Oh, look at this, guys. ES at that 6,000 area. So let's see how we want to react in here. Now I'm trying to look to see, when we came into here, 459 volume-wise came in, and then we rejected. But let's see. I wanted to see 6,003, and we have 6,005 as our next level on Bookmap. Market's open in 15 minutes. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, guys. It is Friday. I don't even know what it is. June 6th. Alright, let's see. Look at that buying pressure pushing us into the supply zone. Now, I wanted us to hit this area before, I'm sorry, when market opened. I didn't want us to hit it before market opened. Now we are hitting it before, gonna be hitting it before market opens. I might look for bulls. I might even front run these longs here, stop at this pivot, target at 605 at least, but I don't even want to do that, because guess what, guys? Up here we have low volume up here. I don't want to be taking longs into low volume. If anything, I let it play out, rally for me, then retest and use this zone like I wanted to. And if anything, at this point, I would maybe look to use a 6,000 area, the way 6,000 was so heavy. But I would need us to move higher, create a low volume shelf up in this area, and we'll see. Dude, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think what I could do about my stomach. Alright, heating pad. Ooh, Jesus. Dude, that doctor really messed me up good, man. Day in a life. Alright, let's wait. We're just waiting right now, guys. Really just a matter of being patient. I'm trying to see what's this big blue zone I have right here. Probably gonna delete it. It's irrelevant. Yeah, remember we marked that out just to sort of show that historically, not even that long historically, just the past, since May 19th, about mid-May, we've been using this area between 59.92 and 60.15 as resistance. So buying up here is buying the highs without letting us break out first and retest. So we don't want to buy the highs, we want to short the highs. So that's why we're waiting right now. We want to look for a good possible short position at these highs over here. And if we don't get a short position, what it'll do is it will break higher and give us a new long position. But either way, we're being patient until we get some type of confirmation on either of these directional trades. Right now, bulls have strength. Buyers have strength. I said I'd even consider a front run on a long off the 6,000 and target 605 at least. It's happening. It could happen. Not in any trades right now. I'll let you guys know. I'm still waiting for possible shorts here, or possible longs on the break and retest. There's that 605. There's that supply zone. I'd consider a short here if we started moving lower from this, but with all the buying pressure that came in, it's definitely a tougher point up here. We do have low volume up here, but if we're looking for a bull move, we're looking for us to continue through the low volume and leave a low volume node to the downside. So when we're up here, we're able to retest that, and that retest is our long position. So that's why we don't really want to front run any trades right here. Guys, let me know if anybody wants to go over any edge full stats. I do have that as an option to go through as well. What's gold doing? Gold's range bound. Yes, 605 hit. I mean, yeah, part of me is definitely considering a short here off of the supply zone, but the 15 was trying to go bullish. Buyers have been stepping in. Look at all the buying, big buy bubbles coming in. I don't want to be trying to go long at a big buy bubble. I'd much rather wait and see a strong, aggressive seller step in the market.
I can't find Dante.
Guys, give me a half a second. I'll be right back.
Sorry.
So, for the benefit of our newer traders here, let's talk a little bit about that move at 8:30 and understanding why these prices do what they do when these reports come out. Remember that institutions are competitors, be it your JP Morgans, your hedge funds, your, whomever's. They're competitors. And they have a plan on what to do with the report. Understand that the report is simply the trigger. They don't, they have a plan, bearish or bullish, simply at 8:30 Eastern time when that report comes out, unless the report is really out of expectation. So if the report is within expectation, they really don't care um, about the direction. They plan a direction. And but of course, they do have the stipulation that if the report is way out of bounds of expectation, then they have that may change their decision on which direction they go. Okay. So some of them are betting bullish, some of them are betting bearish. If it by pure coincidence, because remember, they don't share their information, they're competitors. If it happens to be that they're all bullish, then you see a candle like what happened this morning where it just rockets straight up and it stays up. If it happens to be that they're all bearish, it plummets, stays down. But it, if, half of them are bearish, half of them are bullish, then you'll see a huge, it'll go wild swing in one direction, whip back, come all the way back to center, and then whip way down the other direction, let's say. Say it goes way bullish, then it goes way bearish, and then it comes right back to the center because they canceled each other out. So understand, they don't have a plan. Excuse me, they have a plan, but they really don't care if it's bearish or bullish unless the report is way out of balance. In which case, then yeah, they'll all pile on generally in the same direction. So that is understanding what these events are. You cannot necessarily say, well, let me look at what the numbers, because sometimes we'll say, well, that was positive results. Why are we going down? It's because the institutions don't care about the report. They care about the time because they all agree to make their big move on a certain time, as long as the report is within acceptable parameters. And that's why we see these crazy patterns when these big reports like CPI, FOMC, all that kind of stuff come out, is because, it's like football. They're planning on going long. They're planning, they make a play, and unless something changes, they stick to that play. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Marzetti. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Let's see. So we did pull back from that supply zone. We even got a red candle off of that zone I was looking for shorts. I'll be patient. I'll wait for market to open. We'll see how we want to react into it one more time when market opens. I would probably look to do stop loss around these highs, entry. We'll see if we get an entry over here. And that's what we'll look for today on that first possible short entry on the ES. I'd like to see if this 15 could maybe close somewhere over here. We have about 3 minutes for that to happen. Right now, the 6,000 level is going to try to hold as support, though. So I would be patient on here. Remember, we have low volume up here, so we wouldn't look for longs at the highs. We'd look for shorts up here. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. You know what happened? I got a little kitten, and he got stuck. He's like an ounce. He's like 0.5 ounces. Crazy. Or 5 ounces. It's so small. A long hair tabby. Gonna be a purdy cat. Oof, my goodness, dude. We got 2 minutes till market opens. We got support here off that 6,000 level. Reclaiming into this area. I was sort of considering shorts if we were able to retest it off this candle. But I just hate that market hasn't opened yet. I really do feel like we could fly at any point. And if that's the case, we don't want to be in any trades. We don't want to be trying to front run something a minute and a half into market open. Oh, it does. Don't get me wrong. It looks good. It's coming off a supply. It's just not worth it. I don't see it as worth it. Again, if you have a good risk to reward, which I guess it would be a good risk to reward, go light in size. I'm just not having it. I'm not a fan. Taking a trade 30 seconds before market opens is not on my to-do list. Looking for gold, oil. Oil is something I would take a trade into market open. It's not going to give us that entry, but I'm just saying oil, gold, these are things that usually aren't that skewed by New York session market open. Equity's starting to pump right now pre-market. So that's also another reason why I'm not jumping the gun on any shorts right now. So we'll see. Market will open. I'm gonna keep my my finger on the trigger for setting that limit order out to sell at the supply zone. Stop loss at the high, and we will see. 15-minute closes in 30 seconds. How are we looking? Good. Give me a drop here on that 15. And then, like I said, I'll take that retest. Not the biggest fan of that. 30-minute closed pretty bullish too. Hourly, we'll see. We're also holding that 6,000 level. There's that 6,000. See if it wants to hold as support. CVD dropped at market open. I want to look to see if we could push higher now. There's that push higher off of 6,000. I want to find selling pressure up here for a short position. I see sellers are pretty strong. I see CVDs trying to move lower. I'll put my sell position at supply and see if it fills me up here. I'll keep my stop loss around this high over here, 609. Ooh, hold up. Getting a little dark there on the book. Yeah, I'll take first entry here. I got to be a little careful with it because we're holding that 6,000 real strong. Could probably have taken that 6,000 long, if anything. Let's see. My current stop loss is at 6,009. 6,009. Entry is 60, what is that? 600375. It's a little bit of a big stop loss. Like, what's that, 5 points? Already not a fan of the buying pressure that came in here after we supported that 6,000 level. I feel like we want to break for a new high. VIX is at a key level though. We are in a supply zone. I don't want to be trying to chase these longs either. In fact, if sellers step in, I'll end up adding to this short. There we go. That was a nice pullback off of a big buyer right there. Trapping a lot of buyers trying to chase that long if we're able to reverse from here. I'd just be careful because those 30 minutes hourlies, those types of time frames have been trying to close a little bullish lately. So I'd also be careful that we don't want to maybe sweep the 609, hit 610, and then reverse back lower. If that's the case, I have my stop loss at 608, 6,008.50. I'll stop out at 6,008.50 and look to get in if we could retrace, hit 6,010, and then reverse back lower again. But VIX is at a key level 1. See VIX move higher. Equities are starting to move lower, except Apple and Meta are pushing higher. Those are bullish right now. And that could help us pop. So let's just wait and see. Here we go. Some buying pressure stepping in. Just going to wait a sec. It does look okay here. Probably going to get stopped out, and that's alright. Just keep them losses small. Yeah, crude's pumping right now, too. Crude broke that previous day high. Remember, that was a trade setup we wanted to look for. Crude oil. Ooh, crude's just pumping away. No more crude shorts up there, thank you. Whoa, big pump on ES 608. Didn't hit that 50, though. Was about a tick away from hitting my stop loss. 2 ticks away.
That was a great short.
Nice. Oh yeah, look, Nas flipped bearish. Yeah, I think ES though might want to run for that high. Aha.
Me too, caught that random.
Good job, ladies. Good job.
Oh, I caught it. Oh yeah, I had it as one like temporary top, like just enough for a good scalp down, and I didn't have any good levels until the 740, so I felt good about it.
Nice. Good work, good work. I like that Nas
Not
pulled
bearish
back.
or anything. It was just like, you know what I mean? It was just for that one. Yeah. It was like ES yesterday. See how it bounced off the 30? It was supposed to be a bearish target I was given yesterday. It did bounce off it. Well, by end of day.
Nice. I need Apple to start pulling back. Apple's crazy bullish right now. That's what's holding up ES. ES wants that stop hunt for me. We're close. Low volume up here. Yeah, I don't like how that 5 closed, though. I'm going to be a little patient on this. NASDAQ looking much weaker, while ES is trying to hold strong. Getting a little volatility kicking in here, hoping to stop people trading these longs out, but probably going to get stopped out myself if we can. Let's see. We get a little dump here. I'm almost thinking of just dropping out of this trade here. 3 points before my stop loss. Yeah, let's get out there. And we'll wait now for a 5 minute to close bearish to get confirmation for shorts on ES. But right now, ES did just try to pump higher through this area. So we'll be patient. See if we get a better setup, some more confirmation on something. We do have 610 is pretty strong on bookmap now as well. And I do like that NASDAQ's rejecting supply. So we'll see if ES wants to run up one more time, break that recent 30-minute high from yesterday, which is the one we're breaking right now. And also oil. Oh my goodness. Yes, go oil, go. So happy. Now we're finding selling pressure, but this is when price action analysis and our volume analysis isn't lining up so right? So we have our resistance up here, but we also have what? We have buying pressure on ES up here. So I'd be careful. 610 looks okay. Possible shorts. Depends on how we want to trade into it. CVD has been moving higher. Did this restart? I think it did restart. Okay, cool. That's interesting. So this RTH one I have, configure column, you could, or I'm sorry, the settings thing, whatever it's called. Actually, give me a second. I'm sort of liking this rejection on ES here. But I'd really want to see a better rejection, like better reversal kind of reaction. Like hit through the 60-10 area and then start to pull back. Yeah, like that. Oh, we're building some support under us. Here's the broke of that buy side liquidity I had up there. ES is stronger than NQ at the moment. Damn, look at that, guys. I should have flipped my buys to bullish off of that 6,000 level on ES, but I just didn't like shorts going into the supply zone like that. We are still technically in that 2-hour supply zone on ES, so I could wait. Now, originally my other plan was to wait for previous day high to get broken, close above it, and retest this area for long. So we could also wait for that too. Let markets come to us, give us a plan, give us a better trade setup. Apple's still pumping. Leaving some low volume. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. We got a full house today. Love to see it. Let's see. 60-20. We're going to see 60-20 today, too, on ES. That looks good. So no longer short. Buy. But we'll see where we want to buy. Now, I like this new 610 to 607 area. Might be a new possible trade setup I'm looking for. Throw our anchored volume profile up on, we'll put it on 8:30 because we had news then. Yeah, I'll be looking for a pullback to that 609, 610 area. I'd like to see us continue higher first, break that previous day high. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Good morning, everybody. Hope you
This is
guys
my
are
next level right here, just hit.
Yeah, nice, nice. I got next level I have on NAS is 858. Where are you looking? What you got?
Like that where it just hit that high. I waited for a reaction back into it, and I just took a scalp. But there's only $5. So it's really quick. I'm already out.
Gotcha, nice. Yeah, I'd like, look at this, guys. This was resistance on ES when we were below it. Now we're above it, and they added some buy orders there. So I'm looking for, what is going on? It's so weird. Yo, my thing's like hacked. Alright, so 610. And do stop loss around like 607. Nice break right there, beautiful. Good. Weighted index looks bullish. Amazon's holding strong. Tesla looks bullish. Nvidia pushing up. Meta new high a day. Apple still wicking around right now. Here comes that 620 on ES. Oh my goodness, guys. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Major big seller right here on 620. Just wait.
Yeah, I took a little short here because the Asia standard deviation, but just a quick scalp because I am not confident.
Nice, nice. Yeah, let's see if we want to get a pullback off the 620. Alright, we're getting the pullback.
I'm out of that and didn't like it.
Yeah.
84 buyers below.
Yeah, buyers are pretty strong, guys. We don't want to fight the trend at the moment. We want to wait, see if we get a pullback entry, which might not happen for 5, 10, 15 minutes. We don't know when it'll happen. That's why we got to just wait. Hopefully it comes off of this 620 level. But you see how we're accumulating up here? Buyers are trying to break it through, but sellers are holding up. Somebody's trying to absorb all these sellers, all these buyers up here. So I'd like to see a pullback. I want to see a pullback to 610. That's where I want to enter long positions. But you see how we're trying to continue again. $620's trying to hold, but there's 1950, there's 1975, there's 620 again. 620 above 620. Nice. Look at that, guys. Huge. Just waiting for our long entry. Wait all day if we gotta. No, we won't wait all day. But it's only 9:45. Not even, it's 9:44. We're about to get our 15-minute orb, which will be bullish, which we will look for long entries. right around the 610 area. All right, look at that, guys. I have room to run today, guys. I like 60.59 to the upside. So again, even though I'm not in longs right now, not looking as short every time we look like we're getting weak. I look for longs, I look for a retrace, something to give me a good long position entry. Now, this might be one of those days, Random. You remember a couple weeks ago, maybe it was a couple months ago, where we just grinded up the whole day and we were just talking about it and it just kept going and it never gave us.
And you couldn't get in?
Yeah, just no entry all day.
Well, it is responsible, right? Like it does suck, but it is a responsible thing to do, right?
Yeah.
I hate it myself. But you're right, like especially in my opinion, like just how you coach people through things, in my opinion, is you keep them really safe. So you don't always get a trade though, you know, it's life.
Yep, that's right. That is right. I'd maybe look for the 620 area. Where are we at? 620. And at this point, we're sort of just marching on strength, strength, strength. So if we're not looking like we're ready to pull back, a major pullback, and I'll take a little wick pullback, try to get on when a candle's wicking red, right? Because that's a pullback if we're looking for us to keep going green. Look at all the support building up under us. This is bananas. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good today. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, June 6th. It's a great day to have a great day. It's a great day to follow me on Instagram and go show some support, like and share some of my posts.
So the Edgeville 15-minute orb double break report. The 6-month and the 3-month show a 66% chance. But the 1 month only shows a 50% chance, which means that we're kind of losing that double break momentum on the orb. So that, if we see a good trade, maybe, there is a slight edge to it, but it's not a dramatic edge on a double break today.
A slight edge full to it.
I got another good short there because I had that level, but yeah.
Nice. I like, ooh, man. If oil could pull back to 64 even.
Did you catch that 30-minute supply zone?
Right? Yeah. I mean, I'm watching I don't trade off the DOM, but I'm watching the DOM for like what is still on the market. And
yeah, 862
yeah.
Cool,
yeah, exactly. It was just for a fiver, like that's how I trade, but yeah, it was definitely boom,
Oh, should have held it. Never mind.
Oh, here's that ES 6020.
Yeah. It's just like what Kevin was saying, like I didn't have any levels unless it was down at 740 to take it up long, and if it grinded, I'd probably just leave for the day or something, but it's giving, the levels are reacting on the highs.
Right. I'm taking the 60-20 retest. Stop loss is 60-18-25. If it stops me out right away, then so be it. Looking for trend continuation here. We have 1:14 left in the 5. We are near the highs of supply, though, on ES, and NASDAQ just rejected a key level, too. So a little less confidence in this trade right now. Apple sort of rejecting as well. Really just looking to follow that trend that we're trading with that we've seen this morning.
Well, the RSI for the ES on the 15 and the 1 minute are both overheated dramatically. And that doesn't mean it can't continue to go to the north, but it does. The RSI kind of gives us a clue that we are starting, people may be starting to think about a pullback. If we go south here, first target 60.18. fair value gap down at 60.15.
There we go.
And
moving my stop
yeah.
loss. I'll keep it 60.18.20, 60.18.50. Oh, a little pullback there. Wanted to see more strength into this close. A little concerned we go tap and look for that stop hunt down there. So I might adjust my stop to tighten it up and look for a re-entry if that's the case. Instead of widening my stop loss, hoping it holds and then it not holding. Much rather stop out tighter if I have to. 60.19 is my new stop loss.
On NQ, the big sell order is 20 points higher.
Nice. Yeah, ES with the pullback here. I'm concerned this is going to be the pullback.
I got the same as you. I got the same as you, man. Yeah, I'm watching it myself. 880, right?
I got 871 or something.
Oh, let's see.
All right, since market open on the ES, the volume profile line, the volume profile is at 60.21, with the next one down below at 6,005. So if we drop, we've got a pretty big drop area. It's a little bit of a small volume note at 60.13. Where we could catch a little bit there.
Yeah.
There's also a fair value gap right below it.
We're in a fair
value
see.
gap right now.
We're in the FVG right now. I wanted to see 60.10 for an entry long. But here's our previous day high level right here. So if we react off previous day high, I'll take it. Fair value gap in previous day high in some low volume nodes as well. We're dancing, but that's a pretty active seller right there. We'll wait for 610. Dancing still. Dancing in the spotlight. Or is it moonlight? Moonlight, I think? I don't know. Now we're trying to hold this. Let's see, how is our volume footprint look? And that'll also give us an idea. If point of control is higher, point of control is lower, a little bit of a red flag for the longs then. I'm looking for support off of this green zone right here. Would like to see us move higher and get some volume above this area. Some better volume. You see how the volume's still holding down here? That's a red flag for any longs. That shows our point of control. Volume's more interested to the downside at the moment. Just for the moment, that could switch. We know that. Minute 30 left in the 5 minute. Rejecting on the what's it called though? The weighted index though, pretty strong. Would want to see equities hold back bullish again.
So I'm showing a volume void below 60.16. So if we get down into that area there, we can plummet very quickly down to 60.06.
Gotcha. Let's see. There we go. Nice. Hold that previous day high in that FVG with that low volume. Go make new high a day now. Let's go. I like this aggressive seller got caught up in the market now. Want to see us continue higher off this. I just don't like point of control being lower like that, but look how volume's trying to move higher. It's so close. Point of control's almost up here now. There it is. There's that change in point of control. But it's tug of war right here, guys. That's tough. That is tough. 25 seconds left. Sellers do have a little extra strength behind it. Microsoft new high today. Nvidia pushing lower. Amazon pushing lower. A lot of weakness on equities. Be careful. But I've noticed lately, sometimes equities will look more bearish, and then NQ, ES will flip first. So we could just keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the trend. Keep an eye on the market. I do like those 60-16, 60-15, even 60-10 for possible long entries.
So a quick explanation about Kevin's talk about volume profiling and mine. When you have a heavy area of volume by price, which is on the volume by price, that tells you that's a price that everybody really likes, and price has a tendency to gravitate, price action has a tendency to gravitate back to that price because it's price everybody likes. But when you look at a volume profile and there's nothing there, that tells you nobody likes that price. And so they're not going to trade in there. And so that's where you see rapid movements because nobody wants it. And smaller number of contracts can then move price action rapidly through these, what I call a volume void. There's nothing there. There's no interest in that area. And so price can move very rapidly through it. So we're now coming down to that 60-16, and let's just kind of watch and see. We're coming into some volume voids here.
Nice,
and
huge.
There you go. You see that candle starting to march real quick.
I'm looking for 60.09, 60.10. Yeah, 60.10. I like 60.09, really. A lot of resistance above us. Here's some support. Just being patient. 11 to 8 is low volume node. Do we have a fair value gap there? We do. We do. 13 to 08. 13 to 08. And I had my entry at 10. Look for an entry at 10. Low volume shelf right up in here around 12. Nice. Look at that. All right, let's see. Let's be patient. 2:30 left in this. We're just waiting right now. CVD did just try to spike higher, but we're going to wait. VIX is trying to move higher, which is bearish. NQ's pulling back, but it could be finding some support too. So we're just really waiting on ES.
And 10 a.m. some news, but nothing of note.
Oh yeah, what's his name speaks. We have a Fed speaker at 10. Looking for an entry in the 60-12, 60-10 area. Stop loss around 60-08. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy for Friday. Markets are pretty choppy at the moment, so we're just waiting and seeing. Wait. Random, how you doing, homie?
I shorted that rejection there for my last one, so I'm pretty much gonna chill now. I'll just I'll mess around on the apex, but I had nothing. I don't know about Moon, but I had nothing until the 790s, so I was sort of confident in taking it down, like doing scalps to the downside until then.
Nice. All right, here comes another push lower, I think, here on ES. It looks like we're dropping in support here. But I just want to wait. 30 seconds left. I did not get my entry yet here on the longs. We're just waiting. VIX pushing higher, which is a bearish sentiment. And that guy speaks in 20 seconds. So because it's a speaker, right, something could change a minute into him speaking, 2 minutes into him speaking, or not at all. So we got to be a little careful with it and just be aware of any possible volatility spikes. He speaks in 1 second. I didn't see them really pull any orders. Markets are reacting pretty strong right out the gate. I do still want that 60-12, 60-10 area for an entry. Let's see. I'm waiting for a sweep of 60-15 for longs, otherwise sitting green. Cool, cool, cool. 60-50, 60-05. Oh, down here? Alright, see, that's why you're not chasing up here, guys, right? You start chasing something, you get stuck at the top, get stuck buying the highs. So let's see if we want to sweep that recent 5-minute low, hit into that 60-12, get those long positions. We'll see. CVD
bullish waving head and shoulders. So.
Nice. CVD did try to spike higher too. But not much support under us right here. But we'll see. Holding that, what is that, previous day high level? 60-16 is a pretty strong key level right now. Not the area I wanted to enter though. Equity's looking strong. It's definitely looking like we're trying to hold this point, but definitely looking like we're trying to hold this point is not part of my trade setup. I wanted to wait for my low volume node down here. 60-12 looked good. Lines up with the fair value gap, lines up with the broken supply zone. A few things presenting itself there. Now I was thinking 60-10 as an entry, 60-08 as a stop loss. So we could see how we dive into this right here. Let's see, give us one more drop. I do see low volume nodes right over here, but I also see a passive buyer sitting at 60.08. So we'll see if we want to push lower, push below that 5-minute low, and see if we can find some support around 610. Where's our point of control? Has it not been moving higher with us? Oh, it hasn't? That's pretty crazy. A little bit of a red flag there. Alright, let's see. Finding some support here. Just wait 1 second. Point of control's moving lower though with price, so I'm waiting right here. Didn't hit my entry price yet either. Just a matter of being patient, guys. $60.05 is a bunch of equal lows, also inside a 15-minute FVG. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, look at that. The 15 right there, and that's where the low volume is too. Yeah, that's where I was looking for longs. 60-10, 60-11 area. $60.05 was good. $60.05 was a good resistance area this morning. So we'll see. Come with me and we'll see. Are we going up or down? Equity selling off a bit here. Meta pushing lower. Nvidia, Amazon all pushing lower. Getting close to this low volume node down here. I bet we go up or we go down. Yes, sir. There's a pretty strong bear candle, though, that last 5 minute. And point of control is trying to move lower. But it equaled out down here. So definitely would wait for our entry, guys. Do not want to jump in the market beforehand. Unirandom Fs. We do. We're all right. See Musk's big bomb he dropped on Twitter. Trump's on the Epstein list. Like, dude, tell us something we don't know. I mean, oh no. He's just mad he wasn't invited to the cool kids parties. Just kidding. Horrible what happened with that. That whole situation's terrible. And to now think it's getting to a presidential level, don't even want to go there. So
That's childish.
It is childish. It's extremely childish. But they're in such a position of power. It's wild. It's really mind-blowing. I'm going to run for president, and I'm not running Democrat, not running Republican. We're going to call it the Party for the People, the People's Party. I'm going to give a shit about
a communist?
Yeah, I was about to say, that's Russia there.
No. Shh. We don't use that word around here.
The old school.
It's new. Trust me, it's new. VWAP, we got VWAP much lower. Price has been very sideways right now. Really looking to see the 60-11, 60-10 area. What's gold doing? Oh, here we go, gold. About time. What happened with Trump and Elon? Sam, you don't know what happened with Trump and Elon? Dude, just pop open Twitter. So I guess, I think Trump caught Elon with some, there you go. Happy Charade saying it's a, Happy Charade. Happy Journey saying it's a charade. That's a good thought. Maybe this is just another big, maybe they're doing this, right? Because we're not supposed to be paying attention to something else much bigger.
Well, that was a really good buying opportunity for Tesla.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
But the recap of it is that Trump's bill wants to expand the deficit, and Elon Musk came out violently against expanding the deficit, and
Very against.
the two of them started butting heads, calling each other names.
Like children.
And stuff like that. Very childish, but it could have been handled so much better.
A little bit. Come on, ES. Give us that push lower. I'm trying to get into that area, see if we can find some support. Buyers are starting to step in near that 60-11, 60-12 every time we get a little closer to it.
One for the environmentalists. It was also against the mandate for the electric vehicles, which obviously Musk wasn't happy about. He's pulled Biden's mandate.
Oh yeah, on the Cali, right? He pulled it on Cali, and then there was also and then he was threatening to pull his federal contracts with Tesla and SpaceX too. Now they're really, really angry. A lot of tension going on here, guys. I won't say what kind of tension. I'll let you guys think of it on your own, but I think they just got to get a room already. Yes, trying to hold here. Pushing up. I wouldn't, again, not buying these highs. Every time buyers try to step in, what happens for the past 45, 20, 30 minutes? Buyers step in, we reject back lower. We're currently in a supply zone. I know that means we're probably going to stay range bound until we're able to break above or back below it. 52 seconds left. There's that rejection of these highs again. This is why we don't chase highs. Sam said, do you guys think it's true? I don't know, man. I don't know what's up or down anymore with the news, with the economy. All I know is the reports I read, manufacturing, services, PPI, CPI, and jobs, jobless claims, all this stuff. They're coming in weaker and weaker month after month lately. That's something that's reflecting from tariffs, right? maybe, like Happy Journey pointed out, that this is a charade, whatever you want to call it, that, you know, they don't want us to recognize how bad inflation's hurting prices, hurting consumer confidence, hurting services, hurting manufacturing. Who knows? Who knows? They'll make up, though, and be best friends. They'll be best friends again by the end of the week.
That's actually pretty good.
Thank you. You hear enough of them, you either go crazy or you start to sound like them. Alright, guys, let's see. I want that pullback, man. 60.12, around 60.08.
Big sell order.
Big sellers. See what we got on our 40 range. Looks like we're trying to break lower on our ranges. Right, Random? How would you look at this range right now? Right, well, it is range, so guess you can't really look at it directionally. Probably look to see us break this range area right here, like this low, and take it short to target that next pivot lower, I would think. I'm no rangeologist, though. I'm a time frame guy. I'm a family guy. References flying off the charts today. YouTube, hit that like and subscribe. I know you guys forgot to hit like today. That's okay. I forgive you. Alright, come on, ES. There we go. Dipping in. There we go. Come on, dip a little further. Give me 60.10. Give me 60.08. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. There's 60.10. Here's this low volume node. I'm going to wait. Just wait 1 second. I'm going to try it there. Taking it along.
I'm showing volume going, the low volume shelf or the volume void going down to 60.07.
All right, 60.07. That's tough. That's tough. I see that too. I know. I wanted to keep 60.08 as my stop loss. I'm in this at 60.11 right now. ES longs off of the bottom of this range. Very nice, quick reaction. Beautiful. Love to see it. What time is it? Just gonna wait. Want to see a stronger reaction to this, a better hold. Check our point of control, where our volume is. Nice. That was a nice quick reaction. Come on, get that volume behind it. Point of control is a bit lower right now, but we still have 2.5 minutes left on this 5. Really want to see point of control move back higher with price. Without that happening, again, we know that that is a concern on these longs. But we waited long enough for this entry. We're just going to wait to see if it hits our stop loss or hits our take profit. We just got to be patient now. I'm looking for us to trap some sellers, looking for buyers to step in here. Unfortunately, point of control is lower. Volume is bringing us lower as well, which is our concern on these longs. Minute 37 left for this 5 to close. Look at that again. Volume trying to bring us lower. My entry, though, being at 60.11. Sort of just waiting right now. Alright, looks like we're trying to squeeze here. I'd like to see a strong squeeze and break higher here. 15-minute, want to see it hold support here as well. Just concerned that we have been a little bearish the past 20-30 minutes now. Point of control trying to hold back up. How's our delta on this candle? Still negative, still red. Want to see a strong buy come in, trap some of these sellers here. Feeling okay here, but we still have 30 seconds left. It's plenty of time. 30 seconds is plenty of time for ES to drop 2 points against us, let alone 3, 4, 5. I'm in longs from 60.11 in that low volume node we had. Nice. Very nice. That's what I wanted to see. Nice. Look at this, guys. Great. Wow, great. Great reaction right there. Amazing. Amazing. First TP is going to be new high a day. It's cooking up. It's cooking. Hopefully it stays cooking, guys. We hit that low volume node. We had a nice reaction to it. I really want to hold this now and see if it plays out nice. First TP, 60.24. Look at 60.25, major level on bookmap. Want to see us break higher towards it. We do have some resistance up here, though. Let's go, ES. Come on, baby. Let's run it up. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Let's end this Friday on a good note. End this week on a great note. Dude, my stomach, man. Waiting for a move here. Random's out of here. Appreciate you, Random. Be good, brother. Waiting on ES here. My stop loss is still near 60.07. We're at 60.15 right now. I didn't like point of control was lower on that 5 minute. That was a real red flag, but I want to see price and volume continue higher here, so I'm just waiting. Hopefully this is just a pullback, but we will wait and see. You're supposed to decode it, Marziti. You don't know what that says?
I gotta buy a new box of cereal to get my new decoder ring.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these buys anymore. I liked that first initial reaction. Would really just want to see this as the retest and us push back higher from here. But, point of controls keep trying to move lower. Sellers are not giving up just yet. Really need this to flip strong, and if it does flip strong, we might have a nice run up today, but if it doesn't flip strong, then we could be in for a range bound. Yeah, we'll see. We'll just have to be patient. We took our trade, we waited for our entry, we got our entry, now we just gotta wait. CVD's been slowly making its way lower. I want to see this spike higher, but it's failing as well. Really need to see something move this market. Guys, I can't move this market on my own. Make sure you call all your relatives and tell them to buy right now. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see, let's see. I like that resistance is starting to get a little weak above us. So we'll wait. Again, entry at 60.11. Stop loss 67. Could run to our stop loss. 67 does have a passive buyer sitting right there. Sellers have had the momentum lately. Coming back into that low volume node again. Minute 30 left. Really need to see buyers step back in here with some strength, and they are failing to do so. We see that we have a lot of negative delta down here. We got to get back above this negative delta point. That negative 500, negative 400. Like, we got to see some strong delta coming in here. CVD is still green on the day. It doesn't matter, right? It could flip red at any point. All it needs is one strong sell-off. So we're holding right now. We're waiting. Still in the long position on ES. 60.11 entry. Stop loss 60.07. 50 seconds left in this 5 minute. Really need to see some buyers step back in here. If we range bound here, going to be a little more concerned. Might ease up on my take profit, but we shall have to see. It is 10:20 right now. Markets have been range bound for almost 30-40 minutes. Would like to see some type of break at some point. That'd be nice. It's going to break to the downside. It's going to break the wrong way. Waiting. 11 seconds left. Really not how I wanted us to close on this 5 minute. It's feeling way more bearish right now. Point of control double bottoming again. I mean, this is not looking good on the longs. We're gonna wait. I'm still in the long position. This low volume profile's trying to hold. What's that?
How's your VIX look?
VIX is trying to move higher, but it's been moving a little sideways lately. Really hasn't been moving higher with momentum. So a weak VIX sometimes could lead to a strong ES. That's why everything's a little 50-50 at the moment, but because we're at the bottom of that recent range, that's why I'm sort of okay holding this. But definitely a tough point right here. And again, though, we're sort of getting rid of the resistance above head. But sellers are not giving up here. Good call on looking at the VIX, by the way. I do like this 15 to hold. Could maybe possibly put our stop loss at the low of that recent 15, but I feel like that'd be a little too low, too. What we really need to see is a 5 minute close green. And that will help us in holding these longs and having more confidence in these longs. But if we just start getting some crazy volatility and we start spiking higher on just this 1.5 and we still have like 2 minutes left on it, I'll just probably get out. Or at least get out of one. I want a short squeeze, right? So everybody trying to take these short positions ends up having to stop out and get in a long position. We do have a very strong positive delta at 60.19 up here. But that would require us to move 5 points higher from here, right? We need to see that 60.19 to get back into that strong buying delta. NASDAQ is weak. I mean, part of me does want to scale out of a contract here just to play it safe, but I had my entry off of my trade setup. I don't want to just get out just to play it safe. The middling action is dangerous. Get out. Bro's saying get out. That means it's time to get in even heavier. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see if buyers want to finally take the CVD, finally trying to curve up higher. That's what I wanted to see. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. Sometimes we just got to be a little patient with the market. Just got to be a little patient with it. And as long as we follow our rules and follow our setups and we're nice and we're kind and we say please and thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get out of I said I would probably get out of one, though, up here if we got just a random push to the upside. So I'm going to look to get out at 60.1650, one contract. I'm in 2 contracts ES right now. Where's our point of control on this? And also, look at NASDAQ's trying to move lower right now while ES was just trying to move higher. Point of control is trying to move higher, which is a green flag. But we shall see. I'll move my TP up a little bit. I do have a little more confidence in this at the moment. As sellers step back in and beat me up. We'll wait. Yeah, weighted index looking bearish. Equities looking bearish. It's a huge red flag on these longs. I'm going to look to get out of ES at least one contract if we get up to 60.17 one more time. These sellers, man, not looking happy. I'm still holding. Probably gonna stop me out. That's alright. Waiting. Waiting on direction to change. Alright, some support building up under us again. Tug of war right here. Wouldn't go short at these lows. Wouldn't go long at the highs. Some support building up below us. Again, it's been very range-bound price action. Look at that 15-minute time frame. Want to see that 15 reverse back bullish and hold bullish. That's sort of what was trying to keep me long as well. This is 15-minute basing. If we could continue higher. NASDAQ broke its 15-minute recent low. ES did not. So am I getting out of a contract that's 60.17? Probably not at this point. Because now we're getting that green candle close. We have 10 seconds for this to close. We're getting a little buying strength in the last few seconds here too. I want to maybe see 60.20 as a first take profit. There we go, guys. Come on, get a little buying pressure here. Let's get out at 60.20 for first TP. Give us a little strength here. Definitely concerned on the range-bound price action. I might get out if we get one more spike here to play it safe. Because, again, it's just so range-bound right now. Like, equities are ready to jump off the roof. ES wants to pop up higher. I'm going to see if we get a spike up. If we could break that recent 5-minute high, I'll get out. But look, we have over 4 minutes left on the 5-minute. We just had a quick dive. This could be a fake out right here. Everybody's stopping out of their long positions. Everybody may be entering a short position. And then what's going to happen? The market might spike right back up higher again. So I'm just going to wait right now. If it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. It's the only way I get out of this trade. Market's like, alright, bet. Say less. Equities are weak. Yeah, I don't like that. Boo. Boo. Just waiting. Every time dips come into this ES market, at least, we end up pulling back. So again, I wouldn't want to short. Now, when I want to get out of a position, I ask myself too, if I'm in a long, would I go short at this point? No, absolutely not. So do I really want to exit my long position right now if it hasn't hit my stop loss? And then I look at the current price action and I go, yeah, I think I do want to get the hell out of this. Now, let's see. Because again, every time sellers try to step in here, buyers get heavier. But look at the CVDs now, negative 700 at this price level. That's pretty wide. Pretty fat right there. Give us a spike up here. Come on now. 248 left in the 5-minute. 15 also closes in 245. And CVD's getting weak again. 30-minute closed. Bullish closes in 2.5 minutes. I just be patient because of those higher time frames looking more bullish. That's what's got me long. How's the hourly look? Closes in 32 minutes. Closed bullish on that last hourly candle. The 1 minute. I never like to use the 1 minute. It's full of fake outs. Not a fan of it. CVD has been pushing lower though, which again is a bit of a red flag. We could try to make our way to 60.07 before trying to make our way back to that 60.24. Originally, way back when market opened, you know, years ago, just a couple hours ago, I had 60.05 as a potential entry long on ES. So if we do struggle around here for a little bit longer, I might just get out. Minute 49 left though. Again, I would not go short at this point. I'm going to hold these longs, and perhaps I'll move my stop loss up to 60.0975. So my entry being at 60.11, my stop loss being a 1.25 away. So almost break even trade, no risk trade, almost. Just being patient right now. Want to see buyers step back in here. A minute 18 left. I don't like how weak equities are. Apple's selling off. Gotta see equities start to pull back here. Really want to see us close back above this zone. Oh, look at that. And stopped out. Man, that market really messed with us on that. It took a while for that stop loss. And I don't know, guys. We're now hitting that 60.08 area I had. We shall see if it gives us a fast reaction. If it doesn't, there is no trade to be taken here. Oh, look at that guy. Sellers are nasty right now. Sellers are nasty, so that's why we want to listen to our stop loss. We be patient now. It happens. Equities are weak. We had our clues. Got out at 60.15. Nice job, Happy Journey. I know, that's where I should have got out. I really wanted that 60.20 up here, 24 up there. But markets told me otherwise. They said, no way, no way. It's finally falling apart. That's what they want you to think. Because now here's that 60.08, and here's some buying pressure trying to step back in again. But sellers were wild, so let's be patient. Got some selling pressure above us right here. The only way we reverse here is if we get a quick reversal, but those 15s, those 30 minutes, things are starting to close a bit more bearish at this point. So let's just wait and see. I'd want to see us reverse back above this 60.75, 60.08 area. And if we retest it, that would be a possible long entry. But right now, look at the seller stepping in, looking like we're ready for a second leg. Let's just be patient here. Wait for possibly a pullback for a short if we're looking for a short. See 60.10. See if 60.10 wants to work as a short entry now. It's what we used for possible longs. Now we want to see if we could use that as short entries. No, I didn't get out. I was telling you. Oh, yeah, no, I know. That's where I should have got out for sure. Coulda, woulda, shoulda when it comes to the market, right? When it comes to everything in the world. But all we can do is journal it and do better going forward. Look at these sellers stepping in here, man. I wanted to pull back to 60.10 for a short entry. And markets are struggling to give us that. Here we go. Come on, 60.10. 60.10. You ever yell at the movie screen? Yeah, right? Yelling at the movie screen. What are you doing, you idiot? Get out. Get out of the trade. It's going to go against you. Charlie Mike yelling at me. Look at the VIX, you dumbass.
Well, I wasn't. Yeah, just I don't know.
Nah, I know what you meant. Listen, guys, it happens, right? We've been killing it all week. A lot of times, what I recognize and realize over the years of trading is when I have a really good week, like a Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, Tuesday through Thursday, those Fridays tend to be a little extra hard, and vice versa. Those weeks give us some chop. Fridays tend to give us some type of range or continuation, trend or continuation. Here we go. ES. Let's check NASDAQ. Also want to see gold. Oh, gold plummeted through that zone. Good stuff. Oil did not give us our entry long. All right. And now we have no low volume nodes either. Moonshift, you killing it today?
Yep, I've got myself Rhythmic and Bookmap, and I can actually see what's happening now.
Haha, nice.
It's so intuitive. It's like following highway lights. But of course, there's fake outs. They pulled 410 orders out of nowhere, so you've got to watch out. Stays on your toe. Keep on your toes.
Yep.
Well, that was a nice short for $1,200.
Nice.
Of course, I'm on paper today.
You went from 68.
What's that?
Yeah. When I size up, I'll be on your wage, Morrisiti.
Well, I'm actually on paper today. Me personally, I started training myself to make the longer trade. And with Trumponomics, I just kept getting stopped out and my options kept getting trashed and everything like that. And I said, okay, I got to go back to the shorter time frames, more of the scalping and stuff like that because of all these crazy news candles coming out. And so I've been retraining myself to go back into shorter time frames. So I'm on paper till I get consistent with that.
Good for you. Good for you. That's awesome, man. Good stuff. I'm in the shorts off of that 60.08 rejection. Want to see a little push lower, maybe towards VWAP. So this was support, we broke it, want to see it work as resistance, and if it does stop me out and we go 0 for 2 on our setups, that's okay. And again, it happens. It happens. Our setups are not meant to hit 100% of the time. There is no golden trading strategy that works 100% of the time. If you find somebody that's selling it, they're lying to you. We want to trade with probability, we trade with odds, we trade with our price levels and our system. I will say, on the other hand, I'm going short into this key level right here at 60.03, and 60.05 was where I was looking for longs earlier. So I'm going to be a little careful on these. Point of control is finally getting a little weaker, pushing to the downside. So we might actually get a pullback here.
May the VIX be with you.
May the VIX be with you. And always with you.
I think 6,000's on the table today at some point, just because it's psychological, and VWAP is just below it by 1.5. So, I think that's very valid. And you've got the pivot point R1 down at 59.95. So you've got really 3 good reasons to continue south another 10 points.
Oh, see, that's 3 good reasons I want to go long right now. I'm just kidding. But it does look like buyers are trying to inverse this FVG. We just hit a key level. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. There's that 60.10. Equity's looking bullish now. So you just had to stop on everybody before reversing at that key level 60.03. I gotta put way more trust and value in my supply and demand highs and lows. Like the 60.0350 perfect key level, that would have been a great entry off the longs off a retrace instead of trying to chase something, right? Just a matter of being patient, having the right levels to look at. And we'll find those right levels by continuously coming in and out every day and looking at what works and doesn't work. We had a lot of selling delta up here, but we're trying to flip this area. 60.13.15 was pretty strong, but look at the buyers trying to step it up in here. We're back above this 60.08 level. Like, buyers are trying to hold this now. No doubt. I'm out of the shorts. I'm out of the shorts. This thing is ridiculous right now. It was bullish all day. I finally switched my bias and it wants to go bullish now. It's alright, guys. We just gotta wait. We gotta play it safe, know how much we're risking. I was trying to trade on my computer using mobile hotspot. Oh, be careful with that, man. Using 50 gigabytes of my data in only a few days. Yeah, it's tough. Thinking I need to... There you go. That might work. You could probably... You don't have to get cable, like a whole cable box and TV, satellite, blah, blah, blah. You could get just a wide... I'm pretty sure you could get just an internet package. Even a mobile hotspot, if you have a phone carrier, Verizon or something, get a mobile hotspot so you're not using your phone as a hotspot.
A lot of carriers will give you unlimited on the mobile hotspot, but they'll throttle you once you reach a certain, megabyte, gigabyte, whatever rate. So if nothing else, look to see if you can get, an unlimited with a throttle if they won't give you, the moon.
Or you could do, what's Musk's Telelink? No, what's it called? Starlink. You get his Starlink. Is that $150 a month or something? Alright, let's see.
K-Love, the volume profile shelf. I see your comment here about 60.16.75. Volume profile is right now at 60.14.5. So watch what happens when you get up in there. You may run into chop.
May run into chop. What do you call this current price action?
I guess it depends on what time frame you're on.
Yeah, no, of course. Always. I love that. Always depends on what time frame you're on.
Bonds are up quite a lot, so maybe we're range bound for the rest of the day. And it's been quite an eventful week.
Yeah. It definitely has been. You're telling me. Good call on bonds. That makes me want to look at gold. Nah, I don't like gold. Yes, we'll see if we get a retrace. Now, ES is at a tough point, guys. Every time we try to go bullish, a seller steps in with strength. So at this point, we really need to see some continuation here. There we go. Give us a little something.
Yeah, K-Love, I'd move your stop up to about 60.11. Okay, there's your 14 tagging.
Here we go. Go to
You
that
might get it.
16.
You might get it.
Go to
All
that
right, well,
16.
Well, the upside target is going to be 6017.5 if you can get there.
Here we go. About time. It's running, but I'd be careful. We've seen it try to run today, and then just completely fail. Getting a little black on the book here means they're lighting up on their orders. Be careful. Might get a little volatile here.
All right, we're in the volume profile shelf. This is where it's going to chop around a little bit.
Yup. Yup. Damn, oil, man. Almost gave us our entry there. It was, yo, it was literally 1 cent away. I had 6404 for a notification, and it wicked 6405. That's crazy. Good stuff. Guys, even though it's a loss today, right, we're taking it for what it is, and we're seeing, okay, listen, going forward, forget the fair value gaps, forget all that in between. We'll use our volume profile, and we'll use our supply and demand and key levels. That is it. We also had our developing volume average as a low over here, too. Alright, guys, I'm going to wrap the stream up a little early today. Got some stuff to take care of. I hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. I don't think there are any holidays, so it's still just a 2-day weekend. YouTube, if you're on here, hit that like and subscribe. Join our community at Bullishbrs. Discord, I see some people, some messages. Trimming one now. Alright, Kev, your original plan is hitting I know, dude. Oh, I know, the 6005 original plan, right? Bro, I know. I should have listened to it, man. Coulda, woulda, shoulda on that, but that's alright. That's alright. You just gotta trust my levels, trust the process, and trust the patience. But yeah, original plan this morning was 605. We end up hitting lows around 602.75.